And welcome back to Breakout Esports Masters Split 2, and coming in with our final two teams of today. And it's actually going to be BBB and Ape Squad. So if you've been watching since the beginning, this is what we started with. And we will be going off and seeing these two teams go up against each other one more time.
Yep, and behind the scenes, I had to confess that I just completely forgot how double elimination brackets work. Ape Squad have fought their way through here to find themselves in the grand final. So this is a repeat of the upper bracket winners final, essentially. Ape Squad matching up against BBB yet again, which we saw earlier go in BBB's direction. But it did go to 3 maps. We saw them take Skyway and then lose Sis Horizon, but win out on the decider of Seoul. So, can they do it again? That's the question. Can BBB double down, or will Ape Squad turn it round on the second time of asking?
Yeah, honestly, after what we've seen Ape Squad do in this last matchup, I think that they can. I think that they were a little, maybe rocky start this morning, but now they've got more games underneath them, and I think that they really got their confidence built back up. I know if I was in their position, I would, because they played amazing just recently, and I think that we're in for some really good games coming up here in just a few minutes. So yeah. I think we're ready for the MVP map vote, or the MVP. Nope, not yet. Sorry.
Yeah. It's coming up. It's coming up. We got something tasty.
Do we have the map bans ready for this upcoming series?
We may or we may not, but we'll have to see. Let's give our producer a moment.
Yes. Yeah,
Give us something. Give us something right now. There we go. Wow. Okay. Consummate professional actually does provide us with something to talk about. Here we go. So, Sis Horizon banned by BBB. That is the singular map they lost.
Wow.
Seoul banned by Ape Squad, the decider map from the last series that they lost. So, we will see Monaco, Rio.
Yay.
Fantastic news.
That's amazing. We finally get to see Monaco, and then followed up by Skyway Stadium, and then the decider on Vegas. I think that these 3 maps are going to be a great showcase of what these teams can do. Monaco will be kind of the one that's up in the air, because we have not seen any team play on it today, so we don't know how BBB plays on it, we don't know how 8 plays on it, and I think that it'll be just one that I don't know if it'll be a clean sweep by either team. I think that it might be nice back and forth.
I can tell you how Monaco might go, how BBB might play on Monaco. I think they might play well on Monaco. Based on what I saw them do yesterday in qualifying, that's all I saw. I did one bit of research, and it was seeing them play on Monaco, and holy cow, I'm a bit worried for Abe.
Well, that's good to know. And yeah, Skyway Stadium will be interesting, because last time we got the suspended structure in the middle, not the suspended structure, the elevated platform. Boy, I'm just butchering it right now. But we got a nice variation of it, and I'm curious to see what we will get going forward on it. And I just got the word that we are ready to do a poll for the MVP vote for One Shot Energy, to see y'all's pick of who you want to vote to get a nice little care package from One Shot Energy. One Shot Energy is great because they have these nice little voice drops that they are great for us casters, and any of these players, they get nice little energy drinks and kind of a nice variation on all of the things that One Shot does. So there should be a poll in Twitter. On Twitter in chat that you can get the link to. So click on that, make a tweet, make your vote known for these players for who you think should be our one-shot MVP today.
So you can vote for your favourites right now, or you could wait until this game is up and see if either Belize or Spoons play an absolute blinder, basically. That's one thing. Or if you were impressed with Alphonse's light play earlier, then you can go for him. Some of his plays are sticking in my memory. Noah as well did his darndest on No Name to keep them in the running as well. So we'll see how it plays out, and I'm excited. I don't know who I would pick right now, honestly. It's a tight race.
Definitely, and I think that there is a different reason for each, for you to choose. I think that we will see more gameplay coming up from, the two that are still playing. And but if you do have a preference, a favorite, a friend, even, please go vote for them on Twitter and throw a vote their way, because it's definitely helps and gets the engagement for the community. So something that we love to do. And thank you to our great sponsor One Shot for sending that amazing care package to the winners, because I'm sure that they love to get it. So
can you imagine Belize wins it on his first tournament inside of the breakout series? That'd be quite something. Turning up day one, wins the MVP. Could happen.
Could happen. It might just happen too, because Belize has been a great player today. A lot of his team play. A lot of his plays are really nicely team based. We don't see him running out there and just kind of getting kills on his own. His healers and his other teammates are kind of holding him up and supporting him. So Belize is definitely a contender for that vote. So please make your voice heard and go vote.
All right, so let's turn our attention to this matchup then. BBB versus Ape Squad. We know that we're going to be on Monaco first and foremost. I've already cast my lot. I think that BBB are a pretty powerful force on this kind of map. We saw how they stacked up on very close quarters engagements. Monaco is chock full of those, unless we get duck and cover, which could happen. So we'll see.
Yeah. And duck and cover, that's the one that what is that
with
variation?
the ruins in the middle, so the cathedral's completely destroyed, apparently by the giant duck. But even then, to be fair, the rest of the map is still lots and lots of tight spaces and enclosed spaces. So you might get unlucky with cash out spawns. You might end up with them in the ruins. You might end up with them in the forests on the edges of the map. But in general, if BBB are able to control this game the way they were able to control before and get those cash outs into buildings, onto bottom floors, then they should be a cinch for this map, in my opinion. But they no longer have the element of surprise, and that could be something that Ape Squad, who have now played 3 games in a row, are feeling warm, might have the upper hand on.
Yep, I think it's anybody's game, and I'm excited to see as we hop into it. I'm curious to see the loadouts of what we'll get. If we'll see the same thing that we saw from Ape Squad and same thing we saw from BBB. It does look like medium heavy on both teams, but we'll have to double check that here in a second. And I can't tell, but it looks like maybe Ape Squad got a good spawn, and they're pretty close to that vault already.
They really are, but the zip is going to help Ape Squad get all the way up very quickly. It's BBB that had the close spawn there in pink, and that's fine. But yeah, they do manage to tap it. But of course, having this vertical advantage might help. Lots of cover inside of construction, though. But they have to get past Ape Squad to get to one of these objectives right now. And we know BBB don't want to stick around in this sort of situation. They want to engage either quickly or safely. And at the moment, it's just Ape Squad raining down hell upon them.
Yeah, that was actually really cool to see from the overhead camera, because you could just see it really was bullets just raining down from above onto BBB. So Ape Squad is in a great position. Maybe they're able to get a little chip damage, but it does look like BBB is taking the vault and just kind of running away. Maybe trying to get to a new position so that they can kind of get out of that line of fire. But I can't tell. They might have left the vault.
They've been caught here, and they have left the vault behind. Or no, they've thrown it, in fact, it seems. They're just looking to engage close, it seems. Get towards this church, encroach on the position that Ape Squad have decided to hunker down on. And now Ape Squad have lost contact. They don't know where BBB are coming from exactly.
And I do just want to note that it looks like the variation that we got on this map is just foggy. So it's pretty much a standard issue map with just a little bit less visibility. So we've got the cathedral in play and everything else. So this should be a pretty good matchup on Monaco, minus just a little bit less visibility for both teams.
That it should be. BBB in pink here, just taking a bit of damage, but this is a nice zip. This gives them the option of repositioning at a moment's notice before BBB pop up. It looks like they do want to move this cash out box now, circling around. B is, it looks like the tunnels objective, so they might be keen on doing that. The zip comes up. This looks like it will be well hidden. And now, here we go, Ape Squad will have a look. They're going to go straight across the zip, but the mesh shield doesn't hold, and Belize takes all that damage quite easily. Soaks it up for his teammate, a sacrificial lamb. Crust and Maserati do get their kills, and they're chasing now, trying to get this defib, but it looks as though they're still up against 3 on their side. Oh, no, in fact, Rippy and Spoon's the last alive here on Ape Squad. They have lost their heavy of Sonsoyo, and now the burst damage is there. Everyone on the side of BBB so heavily lit, but Ape Squad Now left with only Rippy alive. He's hiding, he's holding his nerve, holding his position. And it looks as though BBB, through patience alone, have come out on top. But 8 Squad can reconnect here with the respawns.
Yeah, and Rippy's in a great position because he was able to buy his team just a little bit of time. Now he seems to be rushing in. Okay, he didn't go directly for that. Smart move. Wanted to hop down, get his team closer, and then start pushing in again. We see them set up on top of the roof, throws the barricade down, but they're a good distance away from that cash out station, so they're going to have to kind of push in, or otherwise they're going to risk just watching the clock tick down.
And here we see this classic setup going on underneath. This is something you should all use. You should all be using in your cash out games, your quick cash games, whatever it might be. Just create a maze, a labyrinth inside the building that your opponents don't know what to deal with until they're in the thick of it and taking shots from you. You have the advantage of defense in this situation. It looks as though they're going long. They're actually evacuating the building itself and looking to play for a retake.
Yeah, and being a floor below lets you drop it as well. So it gives them kind of an additional time if the cash out if the cash out starts getting stolen. So it does look like Spoons and Rippy went down just now, and Sonia just had to run away and basically concede this point for now. I don't know if when his teammates respawn, if he'll have enough time, and he's actually being hunted.
And he doesn't make the jump either. He's being hunted down by the singular medium, but now his teammates come to join him, and there we have it. Is that a pistol? Are we running pistol on this map now?
No, I think
that was the shotgun. Sorry,
yeah.
I thought that was Crust for a second, and that's what threw me. I knew Maserati was on the 1887, but we have seen Crust with an AR of some description, haven't we, so far? So, sticking to what they know.
Yep, and basically by hunting him down, BBB was able to get the team wipe and pretty much secure this cash out station for them, because by the time they respawn and get close, they won't have a chance. And like we're now in the last 5 seconds, but they are still moving in, so they might be trying to go for another team wipe just to get that advantage over the next vault.
Yeah, they have to be able to choose.
Away.
No, they're going to be. This is an interesting play as well, because I would say of all these situations, of all the positions, they want to get beaten. No, they're just racing to the vault. That's what they want to do. They want to control this game and put the vault where they need it. The immediate zip comes through, and it looks like we're going to get a team fighter right now. Belize doesn't take nearly as much damage as he did last time. In fact, he's completely healthy as he sends warning shots down the way of Sonsoyo and Rippy, who make it into cover. And in fact, it's BBB who come off worse in this situation. Maybe a little bit overzealous in their engagement, but they are still in the fight. They've backed away a little bit. Belize goes down, and that's the first casualty proper of this fight. It should be an opportunity to get the res, though. We see both of the mediums scarping around, throwing out some goo. They do get the defib, and they'll be able to heal him right back up to go for another try.
Yeah, this is an amazing team fight right now because both teams are just losing one teammate, getting the res,
wow.
And really just kind of falling all over the map. Jump pads, zip lines, everything. Trying to bring the fight up to the top, but occasionally you see the fighting happening inside the building.
Belize had a rough time there. He got defibbed, jumped back up, and instantly bursted down by the whole of Ape Squad. They're very solid focus fire. They've improved on that during the course of last game. I think they noted it was something they could improve on, and now they are really hammering it home. But Spoons does go down. Rippy on a slither of HP, but he's safe for the time being. Meanwhile, the vault has been tapped, and they're looking to engage on this 2 versus 2.
Yeah, and we see the fight going down now between
Oh, he's got the flank on them. No.
Ooh, look at that. Smart gameplay.
That was a very, very close attempt there. They had the flank, but I thought that that BBB had no idea that was happening, but it seems they caught out the player that was lurking around construction very nicely. And now, the first clean fight end in this entire game, in fact. We haven't seen, like... I feel like we've barely seen any wipes. We saw maybe one on the first cash out, and now we finally get another one.
Well, what's interesting is that there's a lot of fighting happening over the vaults. Like, normally in the last split, there was more fighting, more focus on the cash out. Like, you could concede the vault for a little bit. But no, both teams are really just kind of aggressive. They're like two dogs fighting over a stake. They want to win. They want to walk away and, get that vault and take the advantage. Especially on this map where you can set up.
It's not just a case of defense versus attack on this map. You've got one team running those close range weapons. You really want to be able to control where those engagements happen. Taking the vault is the best way to do that. Rippy last alive on his side, but he will get the defib off. Not really much time to heal him up as there is a lot of heat around him, but he will do so as it seems that heat has evaporated, has dissipated. Will fall back. Spoons is going to get that coin in a few seconds, but they do not have too much time to re-engage here. They've probably got maybe one attempt after this to try and take one down. And the vertical positions established by BBB, I don't even know if they know about these. They will now with that zip visible.
Yeah, BBB is in ultimate position right now. They can hop down. They've got great visibility over
That
the
jump
wall,
as well.
Cash out. Oh yeah, that'll get him right up there. Oh, they moved it. He might be resetting it. Yep, there it goes. He wanted a little bit more, I guess, angle to it. And yeah, we see Ape Squad trying to push in, but they definitely are on the low ground and BBB on the high ground. One person is on top of the crane right now.
Do they know?
And it's a little out of position. Maybe he was just trying to get up, trying to find a pop shot, but yeah, it looks like Sonia hops down. But the cash out is ticking down. We're almost into the last quarter of it, and they need to kind of dive on and try and steal. We do see the dome shield going up. Immediately gets taken down. BBB knows when to push in, and they have. And they get spoons down. Rippy is on 12 health, and he gets wiped as well. And I think that that's going to be it. The first map will go to BBB.
That will do it, like you say. And a little victory lap here for BBB. Some excellent play. I did say Monaco was their playground. They have thankfully proven me right here.
Yeah, really smart game today. And I think one thing to highlight is that BBB was always on the high ground. And they made it where that Ape Squad just had to fight through the lower part. And even my favorite fight that we saw was when both teams were on top of the cathedral and they were on each side of it because they had forced their way up, and really just that clash that was happening on each side of it. Just fun to see. Surprisingly, that Ape Squad wasn't able to kind of pick it up and go with it. BBB got a clean 2-0 on that map, but we still have 2 more maps, and the possibility of them coming back is definitely here.
And we're going to Skyway as well, an interesting one, because Ape Squad have picked this into BBB, despite losing on it earlier to this side without a single cash out. So Ape Squad have decided, no, we're going to run it back. We can do better than that. And they've got to put their money where their mouth is, because otherwise they're going out here in 2-0 fashion and conceding that first place spot in the first qualifier to BBB, who so far have been near flawless, right? They've only lost that one map of Cis Horizons so far today, and indeed in the entire qualifier, to Ape Squad earlier. So we've seen that Belize & Co can bleed, but is it enough for Ape Squad to cling on to at the moment?
Yeah. And I think that one thing that BBB does really well is that they can spread out on the map and they get a little bit of distance, but as soon as they need to kind of come together, you see them like coordinated come in, swarm each angle, and it just makes it where like it's a pinch move, and the Ape Squad just isn't able to kind of get out of there without losing 1 or 2 people, if not the entire team. So it's interesting to watch these tactics, because I think BBB is playing at the top of the game right now with what they have, but that isn't to discount what Ape Squad has been doing, because they still have a lot of great tactics, and they are able to put up a lot of fighting against the BBB roster. And I think I think that both teams have earned their place in these final matches today.
What's really interesting to see is how impressive BBB have been. These are players that are ranked quite highly in ranked and in World Tour and places, and quite often in games in esports, there's a divide between how a game is played at the highest level in ranked and how it translates into a competitive scene. We're not seeing that here, right? We're seeing the strats that you see at the top level of ranked duplicated in these tournaments and succeeding. And it just goes to show how, especially this season, right? This feels like a very well-balanced season, really well-tuned season in terms of just like the core balance of the classes and the weapons and the loadouts and everything. Just feels really nice. We've seen some variety even within the top 4 just to prove that. And yeah, it's a kind of thing where these are players that you might encounter on your way up. Especially, I've had the displeasure of having to queue against the top 3 players at one point, and it was just like,
oh really?
I've got no chance against them. What am I going to do? 29. I can't aim like that. But like it's good to see, because it proves that it's attainable. This is something that you can work hard to achieve, and if you're in a decent stack that fancies a fun bit of tournament play on the weekends, or maybe even a little bit of a sniff of some prize money at the end of it all, then definitely sign up for everything you can, right? Sign up for this, sign up for that. Just do it all. It's incredible fun, and it just gets you so much cool experience and fun with the community.
Yep, I think that you said that really perfectly, because
Oh,
the
thank
the
you.
plays that we're seeing, yeah, no, really, it's what this community and what this scene is all about, is the fact that like we do have these top tier players, but at the same time, like we have people that are not in the top that are still fighting in their way up to the top,
True, true.
and showing that like anybody can do this. And I think that's what's just so exciting about this game is that yeah, it's not just about aim, it's not just about playing around the objective, it's about team play, it's about deciding the balance between when to heal, when to go into an engagement. And there's just so many little, like, lots of layers of nuance to it that just make it so exciting and so refreshing. And I don't know about you, but I have over 300 hours in this game
Ooh,
unashamedly.
let's check.
And
Okay.
I
Open
I have
Steam.
loved, yeah, I have loved every moment of it because it's just a fresh game. But here we go into Skyway Stadium, running in. We've seen this multiple times today, and against BBB and Ape Squad, I don't know who's going to go away with this. I'm still rooting for Ape Squad because I think that they can do this.
Okay.
I've seen what they can do.
All right, I'm gonna stick with BBB. I think it's great. It's not just a desk analyst cliche that we're on opposite sides. We're genuinely believing this, which is cool. Let's see. What is my my magic number? 329.
Ooh, yeah, we just beat. Good job.
There we go. Caster does actually play the game.
Oh yeah.
Unreal.
All right, and here we go into it. Both teams are spawned a good distance away, and we see Spoon setting up. Here he goes with that good damage. You see that hit marker hit, so you got a headshot from that far away. And really, just look at that. From the entire mag, he's getting like 70% of the shots from that distance. That's impressive. And we see Blaze is needing to heal from his teammates, Maserati, just kind of getting set up. They're a little bit spread out, which is shocking at this point. I would expect Blaze to kind of be playing more with his team, and he does get pushed. But he's holding off well for right now.
Again, they're just trying to bait the engagements to their favoured territory, right? You see them inside these buildings. They want those shotguns to come good. And Ape Squad are having none of it. They're keeping their distance. They're trying to take the shots where they can. But, because it's a lack of burst, they're always going to struggle, right? These triple ARs, you've got to get the focus fire down. Otherwise, you're never bursting people down quick enough. Here comes the engage. Jump into the RPG, as is tradition. Finds the first frag against one of the players of Ape Squad, and looks like he will secure the second with assistance. Sonsoyo goes down. Excellent push, and that is a team wipe, a clean wipe, to open things up for BBB.
Yeah, wow, what an amazing push by Belize. And that rocket hit, I think, 2 people right away and chipped away a lot of their health.
Money rocket.
So, yeah, money rocket for sure. And it lets them get in control of this vault. And BBB is in a great position to get started on this map. And I think they're going to go for cash out A. And it does look like Ape Squad has already had a chance to respawn. So they will be pretty close.
Yeah.
Maybe not. They're actually a good distance away. Look at them hopping around. So they're going to be maybe a quarter way into this cash out before they can even get there to engage.
That choice of site definitely based on proximity rather than position, because it's, be so far away and they just want to get it in as soon as possible. Both pretty decent setups for their kind of loadouts as well, and this is why I'm surprised that Ape Squad decided to take it to Skyway and not somewhere like Vegas immediately. But we will get there if Ape Squad can force their way through this map. We do have Vegas at the very end. We have BBB hunkered down inside the bunker at the back of this construction building. Picking up that glitch barrel. He's expecting glitch barrel's giving you a little bit of intel. Oh no, that's a bit of a blunder there. The explosion,
yeah. Very
unfortunate timing. The RPG triggers the glitch barrel in hand. Luckily, no capitalization here from Ape Squad, and they will be able to regroup. The fight comes through, and the shield is not effective enough. The heal is there, but Spoons goes down. Sonsoyo is next, and now only Rippy against the 3 of them. Once again, a clean wipe for Ape Squad, and he ascends to his people.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if you caught that, but Rippy's health healing beam actually overheated. So he was doing so much healing damage that he just couldn't get it going, and he had to switch over to AK. So his teammates just kind of got torn down. We see the scoreboard up right now. We see Blaze's 1 kill. Wow, the 1, 2, 3 from BBB, and only 1 kill from Rippy on Ape Squad. So. Yeah, we're getting ready for another engagement. Ape Squad has one good push in them. They do drop it. They throw the dome shield up. You see Rippy going for the steal.
Oh no, he didn't drop it.
I think he has. Oh, they dropped it again. And
they don't get the steal, unfortunately. No, they don't get the steal. They were trying to drop it with the RPG. They will try and get the kills here, but it's all for naught as that cash out is secured for BBB as things turn out, and there is a kill working out for Spoons. Rippy res, but doesn't matter that. In fact, they're not even wipes. No, we still have a full team up for BBB. They're chasing them down, and BBB. Wow, this is just dominance personified.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, Ape Squad had that. I thought they had the steal. Then the floor blew up from underneath them. It made them lose it. But just smart plays from BBB. They're able to kind of counter anything that Ape Squad is doing to set them up. So shocking. And maybe not that surprising, but real cool to see BBB just kind of at the top of their game for right now.
They absolutely are, and this vault dead midway between B and C here, so an option to head to that high-rise building in the far corner, or to come a bit closer and play in the apartments. We've got that option, certainly. And the engagement begins as we hear some shots play out in the distance from this rooftop. Unfortunately, seems to be stuck on the scoreboard. There we go. Fix. Oh, here you have it. Interesting play.
Yeah, they did just throw that to them,
giving them a problem to think of.
Thinking. Yeah,
they're just playing around the decision paralysis here and trying to make them think too much about what do we do? Do we grab the box? What do we do? But at the moment, it's working out in Ape Squad's favour for whatever reason. And BBB, I'm a little confused. Gotta say, what was that about?
I think it was to confuse them because you're like, hey, let's push for this vault, and then it gets thrown right at you. It would definitely make me hesitate for just a second. And as you can see, it did go in the favor of BBB because they were able to kind of get it and go. Smart gameplay, maybe accidental, who knows? Fun to watch, but cash out C is getting started. We see the C4 getting thrown down, so they have every opportunity to drop it down to the next floor. As Ape Squad kind of gets set up, we see them breaking all the zip lines, which is really smart. You want to stop any easy way for them to get in there, and Blues does have all the time. He's getting chopped down, I think, from Spoon, and we do see Ape Squad starting to push in, getting some good damage done, but I don't think any of it's really impactful yet.
No, again, it's still just chip damage from distance. Belize is holding that position for now. Ape Squad are assaulting, as I get my teams completely mixed up, it would seem. Don't let this distract you from the fact that BBB are now only one cash out away from total victory here. And
not just one cash out, but about 20 seconds away.
Yeah, exactly. This is basically it. They've spot the C4 underneath and they let it go down, baiting that. Very nicely done, but it does still pose a problem as they have to re-engage a floor below. In fact, they're 2 floors below here as there isn't a balcony for them to latch onto. Trying to find an opening, but they're just met with a hail of flurry of bullets and flames and everything. All the chaos rains upon them and they're getting the defibs off, but do they have the wherewithal? Again, he has to fall off of that heel beam and does secure. Oh, doesn't quite get the second. Defib comes out onto the heavy, but surely this is enough. Belize will be melted and the steel can come through. Now they just have to defend it for maybe one take to stay in this, or BBB could rescue this round immediately with a final last gasp steal on this second cash out.
Yeah, I don't think BB has any time. I think that this is going to go to Ape Squad, this one, but it makes it more exciting because that means that we do get one more cash out going on.
Oh yeah, not with that spawn. Far away. No chance.
So this is good. Yeah.
Well, okay, so we'll go down to the final cash out on Skyway. It has to go Ape Squad's way if we're going to see Vegas. They have to get this next one. BBB be given an extra chance here to go for this final cash out. Let's see where that vault appears. Looks like it's quite nearby. It looks like BBB will make it first, but it's not going to be active for another few seconds here.
Yeah, they are all right on top of that and forcing Ape Squad to kind of go around. But it does look like they might be getting set up on this roof here. Yeah, they're breaking everything so that they can get set up. So as soon as BBB runs out with that vault, they will be able to get some attempt at chip damage. We'll have to see. Yeah, and here we go. BBB has now jumped to the roof. Ooh, there was a good RPG that went off. Took away a lot of help off of BBB's team. And look at this. Spoons gets a great kill on Crust, but he's the only team member up for Ape Squad, and he goes down. So even though they were able to do a lot of damage,
we really didn't see how those 1v1s played out there, but it felt as though realistically Ape Squad they initiated, they did most of the entry damage there, but I feel like that's just where that burst damage comes into play on BBB. You engage at that close range with those shotguns up against you, up in your face, and you're always running the risk that you can be taken down in an instant, and that's kind of what happened there, it seemed. Even though Rippy was able to survive and get his kills, wasn't enough.
And look for a second at the support score for BBB. They're really above the Ape squads in nearly every category. So on paper, this is definitely BBB's game, but Ape Squad has able to kind of come in there and get at least one cash out. So it's not over yet, but they definitely have a little bit of a battle ahead of them.
Alright, so sniping across from the opposite side of the hospital here are Ape Squad. They have to contest this, of course. Maybe 2 chances to steal this, by my guessing. Playing on opposite elevators, in fact, using that hard cover to their advantage. There is a zip connecting them at the moment. Surely you don't take the bait. There's the jump pad. Slightly safer approach method, as we were saying, but he does clap it. Oh, unfortunate there. He sent all the way back down. Has to spend his jump pad to reconnect with his team, not wasting too much time. Here comes the engagement. Both teams are jumping on in, and it's going to be chaos right here. Belize tries to secure his kill. He does find his man, Sonsoyu, down for the count, and it looks as though the rest of his squad have done pretty well as well. Trust and Maserati both still up. They secure the second, and did they spot that guy? Yep, they do. They're chasing him. Fantastic. They're toying with him, just waiting for a moment. It looks as though that is a successful team wipe. No, still a player. Nope, that is, yeah. It's so frustrating having to spectate Pink, you know? Like,
yeah.
It just throws me.
No, and I think that that's what they were doing. They didn't want to kill him immediately because they knew that if they kind of draw this out, it gives them just that much more advantage. And now it does look like BBB has it with just a quarter left on this final cash out. And I think that it's smart gameplay. They were maybe like toying with it a little bit, and I'm sure that the mind games are really intense. Oh, and Ape Squad does have one chance to get on this, but they're going to have to dive in there, throw a dome shield, and try and get it. We do see the jump pad going in, trying to get the aerial damage on them. The APS turret.
They need some immediate picks here. The gas is going to cause problems, but they cannot find it. They know that they're playing below, and they know what the play is from BBB. They have to walk right into the trap. There's no chance, surely. Timer expired, and it's a wipe for BBB as well. To rub salt into the wounds of Ape Squad, and there's Belize cleaning up the mess, sweeping aside the competition for his first victory. And BBB's first victory in the Master Series Split 2 Qualifier 1. Congratulations to BBB.
Yeah, absolute supreme gameplay from BBB, and I'm not sure if he caught it at the end, but when the cash out dropped at the very end, it went through 2 floors at the bottom, so they didn't even have a chance to jump on it because it just fell and then fell again. And I just smart gameplay. They were definitely playing on the floor below, like you were saying, and Ape Squad knew it, and it just gave them that moment of pause, that moment of hesitation that I think in the end kind of messed with them. Amazing gameplay from Ape Squad. I think that you guys fought your hardest. I think that you guys have a lot of promise. I think that you did just unfortunately going up against BBB with Belize, Crust, Mouse, just some of these players that are at the very top of the game. So I think that if you guys stuck around, watched these matches today, those were just some of the top tier players, and you can see the reason.
They truly were. And just to sort of hype up BBB a little bit more, they went through this entire qualifier only losing a single map, and that was Sis Horizon earlier to Ape Squad. So you got to give Ape Squad some credit here for pushing BBB as far as they have. But what a day, what incredible gameplay we've seen today. I got to see a light in comp. I'm more than ecstatic about that. And you know, some great plays from Alphonse earlier on. That was a nice little highlight for me to see, to justify my picking Bo in every single like ranked and World Tour game at the moment. I'm obsessed with that Bo right now.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll see the Bo in a tournament like this, because I think that it has viability.
It's
but
great.
So any players listening, you know, go Bo. You'll make us happy.